Hello, hello, and welcome. This is Attackfang bringing you another Go4Lol number 56 here. On the blue side, we have My Little Kony versus the other side, Team Rage. Both of these people are mainly familiar if you see some of the solo queues that happen in a lot of popular streams like Dyrus, Reginald, etc. On the blue side over here, we have Yaml top lane as Warwick. We have Banny Bear in mid lane as Kennen. We have High Cutie Pie as Caitlyn, Deadly Hobo as Hubu for Deadly Hobo as Nunu for bot lane, and Zenrail as Udyr for jungle. On the other team, on the purple side, we have RG Nidalee as Alistar. We have RG Decade on Poppy. We have Cheese Vampire on Graves. We have OABR Hui on Mundo, and we have Kick the Money on Victor. Right now, they're kind of just going back and forth in mid lane, saying basically, you know, we're not gonna invade your jungle if you don't invade ours, etc., etc. I mean, we have Warwick coming up top here. I'm looking over here. We have Zenrail and Bunny Bear setting up. It looks like the purple side, they might be trying to get an invade here. They might Mundo is fairly reliant on that red buff, especially for ganks early. Mundo could come across here, take Wraiths, and take the red buff. While meanwhile, blue team over here, team My Little Kony is situated in the blue buff. They don't really understand. They don't really know that they're coming in. There aren't any wards that are coming down. But it looks like they're just gonna back off and just take the safe route and get wolves and grab blue buff. Alright, taking a look here. Kind of messed up there. We have Yaml and we got Zenrail, just basically doing the wolves and gonna go over grab blue buff for Udyr. Udyr works very well with blue buff. And the Poppy pick though, the Poppy pick top is something that I haven't seen in a while. I mean, Poppy has been known for being one of the best carries late game. People are known for Poppy for being the best scaling late game character, and she can instantly give 80 AP carry and make it 5v4. But no one plays her because they say that she loses the lane to everything, especially with a Warwick. With how strong Warwick is in lane, this could be a quite interesting matchup. Okay, coming down bottom here, we have Zenrail going to Udyr jungle. He's going to grab the wolves at the same time as Mundo does it. Mundo has a particularly faster jungle though than Udyr. There have been a lot of people that say that Mundo has a stronger and faster jungle than Udyr. And it's being shown right here because they had similar times. And Mundo's going to go straight for the red buff. And for mid lane here, we have Kennen and we have Victor. Victor hasn't really been played too much competitively, but there have been some Victors that are coming out, especially for these Go4Lols, because Victor's burst, I've heard from a lot of people, it's really strong. It's just that his quality of life and a lot of things he has still has quite a few bugs after Riot corrected some of the bugs there. Looking here, we know we do have some harass going from Poppy. Poppy doing a good amount of harass on Yaml. Yaml going boots 3, while Poppy also grabbing that regrowth pendant and health potion for the extra sustain, because Poppy does not have near as much sustain as Warwick does in that lane. Coming bottom, we have some pings issued out here with some wards being placed near the river. This ward placement is quite interesting. I haven't really seen a blue ward come in here, and we have some initiation happening with Alistar onto the Caitlyn. Takes Caitlyn down to about 2-3 bars of HP. It looks like right now they have a good control of the lane, considering how well Caitlyn generally does controlling lanes. This is pretty good for Team RG, for Team Rage Gaming. Up top here, we have Yaml also just dealing a little bit more damage to Poppy, but Poppy overall is pushing the lane. This is, but once Warwick gets some sustain, I can't imagine Poppy being able to stay in the lane unless she gets like a Wriggles or gets something that she can use to keep sustaining. Over here we got Udyr coming to top, and he uses the flash. He flashes, gets the stun off on Victor, and that is first blood. Banny Bear picks up the first blood on Victor and is able to push out this wave and get an extra amount of experience as Victor goes back, grabs a couple extra health potions, Dorn's Weight, and a sight ward saying, you know, that doesn't happen again. Meanwhile, bottom lane is being pushed pretty far in. They know that Udyr just came over for the gank, so they figured that they could probably stay safe for a little bit while longer. I mean, they do have a ward coming in from the Tri-Brush and River, just to kind of I believe it's there to maximize how long you can place your wards out for. And Mundo up top here is actually getting ready to set up a gank against Yaml, but I believe Yaml knows. He might have came from the ward here. I wasn't 100% sure seeing that, but he's going to have to back off and move to his lane. He just wasted quite a bit of time. Udyr is going to come over, though, knowing that they probably saw him. goes over. He's gonna take the wolf champ of Udyr and run off, and that's gonna inhibit Udyr that's gonna inhibit Mundo just a little bit. Udyr might come across bottom here to take on Graves and take on Alistar. Yo, Graves is being aggressive here. The pings are going out to go back, but he does get headbutted into Graves, but he wasn't able to get the bear stance off. They do quite a bit of damage, but High Cutie Pie might actually go down here as Victor comes bottom lane. Victor might be able to get he gets the flash off, and he gets some damage on the Udyr. Can he get the stun off? He gets the stun off, and this is going to be a kill for Team Rage Gaming. Nihilus actually picks it up. So Rage Gaming does pick up the kill, and it's 1-1. With a small advantage going to My Little Kony for having not only the first blood, but the first blood having going to Kennen, which is a lot stronger than having it go to Alistar. But Mundo right here is waiting in the brush here. They might be waiting in the force. They're gonna try to push the lane and try to get a good gank going in here. I don't really think they're aware of it. They're trying to push out as hard as possible, but Rage Gaming is going to be able to push this in, and they could probably pick up the kill on Caitlyn, who's relatively low. They only have 3 bars of HP. I'm keeping it focused on this lane because I feel like a gank's going to happen, but Mundo just backs off and goes away from it because I believe there was a ping that was out. It looks like Udyr spotted Mundo, and they weren't able to get that dive happening. Meanwhile, at top, we have Warwick going up against Poppy. Poppy with 39 CS to Warwick's 30. Poppy is actually out farming Warwick, which could provide a very big trouble because Poppy has a relatively weak early game in comparison to Warwick. We have Udyr cleaning out more of the jungle, and Kennen coming up here at mid lane. We have Kennen 48 CS and a kill to Victor's 1 death, 1 assist, and 37 CS. And looking at Kennen went back once and picked up the Hextech Revolver. That'll help him sustain a lane, especially against the Victor burst. Udyr's waiting in the wings for a gank, but he might try to turn around and just take the rest of his jungle because I don't really think anything's happening. Blue buff is going to be passed off from both teams. Udyr might take this blue buff while Kennen probably might try to push the lane. Victor takes the purple blue buff, and it looks like they're gonna get there's a gank that's gonna be happening top lane, but he just backs off because I think there's a RG knows that Udyr is here, but I don't know if Udyr knows the same thing. Mid lane here though, Benny Bear gets himself caught, activates his ult, gets the flash on. He's actually able to pick up the kill on Victor on the gank on the 2v1, and that's a split kill right there. But they do get the assist from Mundo, so that does actually turn out well for them. Udyr's gonna go across bottom and grab blue buff, while Poppy up top is pushing Warwick pretty hard. Poppy went over back, picked up the Philo Stone and is dealing a large amount of damage to Yamel with no damage items at all. That's the strength of Poppy. And we go bottom lane here. Cheese Vampire and RG Nihilus in Team Rage they're just pushing this tower as hard as they can. They could get it low. I don't know if they want to take this right away, considering it's only 8 minutes into the game. They could take it and do Dragon, but I don't really feel like that they're gonna try to get that through. He ults in, takes that wave, and is probably gonna back out from there. He's pretty low on mana. BR picked up red buff, and he might be looking for a gank, especially mid. Top lane's pushed pretty far as well. RG Decade's probably gonna push this lane and go back. Taking a look at the other items here, we have Caitlyn that went back. She picked up a Berserker Greaves and double Dorans. CLG has been M5 actually has been making it pretty popular to grab a lot of Dorans blades for that early game. But a lot of people anyway go early Dorans, especially with the early game champion like Caitlyn. The extra Dorans helps out quite a bit, but it depends on if they go the Vampire Acceptor or grab the third Doran's blade. Going with Graves here, Graves does the exact same thing. So right now they have even items. Alistar does have the Philo Stone over Nunu, who just has Boots and Fairy Charm. That does give him a little bit more gold per 10, and I guess that that all stemmed from that one kill though. And meanwhile, top we have some pings being issued out. Warwick's gonna try to go bottom, but Team Rage Gaming does know that Warwick is out there. Meanwhile, bottom lane here we got sorry for panning the camera so often, but meanwhile we have High Cutie Pie and Deadly Hobo pushing out Cheese Vampire and RG Nihilus. But the thing is that I think in a 2v2 fight, Rage Gaming can take Team My Little Kony in a bottom fight. Meanwhile, up here we have Udyr coming up, taking some of Mundo's Wraith camp, and oh, we have a kill on Benny Bar. I apologize for missing it. It looks like Benny Bear was not actually able to use his ultimate to get out of it, but Udyr does get the bear form on, and now he's using the Phoenix stance. But Mundo comes over, throws a cleaver, and Udyr's actually going to be able to escape, as well as Victor. There's no kills going to happen there. They're basically just going to say, you know, I'm just going to love tap you a little bit. You know, we got red buff. We're just going to trade buffs for a little bit. We got bot lane here. We got some aggression coming over. We got a headbutt pulverize on the Nunu. Just a little bit of damage coming back and forth, and Caitlyn's being pressed pretty low. She's down to 500 HP. Apologize for that. I just got to take a quick drink of water there. But they're gonna be forced to back from that. Mundo's gonna take some of the top farm in this game, and right now we're looking at a 200 gold advantage. Nothing big. It's tied 3-3 kill wise. Neither team has a very slight advantage in it, but it looks like that the team Rage has the better late game team. Especially with Poppy, and Victor does a lot of good damage late game, especially with that especially with that core. Looking at the core, he didn't actually upgrade it yet, but he probably will upgrade it later, and he probably get it through laser, because laser does a significant amount of damage when it gets added to that. Mundo might come around here for a gank to... Actually, no. Udyr comes over, gets a good bear stun off, just basically saying, hey, don't touch my cannon. You know, get away from my cannon. Warwick up top, doing a bit more damage to RG Decade. Looking at the CS meters right here, we have Poppy up 75 to 52 on Warwick. Poppy picking up the Sheen as well, being able to do a lot amount of damage with, you know, using the Q to deal damage, and then hitting with the attack afterwards, dealing a massive amount of damage. Oh, we have some aggression happening here too. Mundo's gonna come up, pick up for the gank, possibly take on Warwick if Warwick comes up for aggression again. It looks like Mundo just kind of wants to come in right now. Mundo wants to go where he pleases, especially Corporate Mundo. Corporate Mundo is gonna go across to the side. He might try to go back, and they might try to dive him right here, especially if Poppy can activate his ult. Ping being he does activate the ult there. Oh, Poppy goes in. He's gonna press him against the wall using the ultimate, and Yami will go down. And RG is low too as well. We're gonna pick up another kill on Zenrail, and that is a 2-to-1. Actually, Poppy goes down as well top lane. So it was a 2-to-1 trade. And they're gonna be, Team My Little Kony is gonna be able to pick up Dragon out of this and pull out a little bit of advantage after getting the 2 kills. They're not gonna be able to do, but Nunu and Caitlyn, they're all low. They're all really low. Graves is nearby. He's kind of waiting. He might try to steal it, or might try to deal some more damage, because they're actually all really low. Mundo meanwhile took top tower and is also pushing the second tower pretty far. So for Team Rage, they did do a good job of evening the gold. Meanwhile, Kennen did pick up the Woda and has Merc Treads, probably to deal against the. They do have quite a bit of stuns with Alistair, and they do have an extra stun with Victor. So Kennen's gonna try to look to get out of that. Meanwhile, RG Decade's coming across the side. Kennen might not see this coming, but the ping actually does go out. They're not going to be... yeah, see, Victor purchased Augment Death, which does give him a increased percentage for his Death Ray. 30% additional magic damage over 4 seconds, which is pretty big for a Victor champion. That's a pretty big buff, especially when you start getting some late game scaling. Oh, over here we have RG Decade and 4 members of the team getting ready to go bot lane. With High Cutie Pie face checking into Poppy and is able to E out and use her flash. That was a really good escape there for High Cutie Pie. Kick the Money and Benny Bar are fighting back and forth up here, but Poppy is really wanting to try to get this bottom lane. Oh, pings get issued out though, mid lane, but Mundo and Victor are backing off from this. It looks like they just don't want to try to take on Benny Bear with that ult. But oh, there's so much action happening in 2 different spots. He's gonna take a couple tower hits, but High Cutie Pie hot in the pursuit. I think it's just take some of the CS and save the tower. RG Decade Poppy's gonna go back, and Victor's gonna get another blue buff, which is gonna do really big things against Kennen. Kennen right now actually at at 117 CS to Victor's 106, so he has about a 10 to 15 CS advantage on him. But Warwick's coming across here. He's actually gonna get the ult off and flash, and they're gonna get the suppress ult. And but is the Ignite actually gonna kill Banny Bear? Banny Bear got really low, got down to 80 HP, but did not die. And that is a kill for Warwick and YAML, and that is something that you don't want to see is to get Warwick fed. Warwick is deceptively strong late game. He actually does a lot of damage and is really actually with that money came over picked up a Wit's End. That could spell trouble for RG Decade up top lane, because it's always known that top lane is the thing that wins games. The top lane is the one that's, you know, I remember before a friend told me before with top lane is that it's known to be kind of like the knight in shining armor. You know, you stand up there, you farm all day top lane, and eventually when you come down bottom, you just get so fed, and you just basically just try to carry the team. But especially around the 20-minute mark, especially during Dragons, that's how prevalent top lane is, especially going mid for ganks as well. Poppy's gonna go over mid, try to push mid out with Victor. But team My Little Kony having a 6-4 advantage, and with getting the dragon, they're up a solid 1k gold, even being down a tower. Looking over here, bottom lane, we have Zenrail looking to get RG Nihilus or Cheesy Vampire off guard with another Udyr gank. It isn't warded, so they don't really know exactly where they are, but they are playing rather cautious, especially for a Graves Alistair lane. They don't want to be caught out here, because if they initiate, if they initiate out here, Udyr comes in, it doesn't get the stun off, and they're just gonna keep fighting. The Nunu ult got canceled right away by the knockup Pulverize, but Graves does go down, and Deadly Hobo is forced to use this flash to be able to get away from that tower hit so he doesn't die. But it was a very, very, very strong kill, and up top, YAML has slain, at mid, YAML has slain, kicked the monkey, and it's been kind of a recurring theme for mid lane, as every time it seems like both their ults are up, Banny Bear comes in across the side, and Dr. Mundo basically says, I don't like what I see, I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased with my Victor dying. But Banny Bear and YAML just seem to always be up there at the same time, but looking at map control too, looking at Purple's map control is kind of dark, even though they do have oracles. But looking at Udyr has oracles as well, but the vision between the two teams is pretty stacked. I mean, we have traps located in different spots. We have a ward here. We have a ward by dragon. Like, they're ready to set up for the next dragon. Even though Mundo has oracles, he's just not finding the rest of these wards. While Udyr's found quite a lot of them. Some pings are being issued out for Mundo. They're gonna try to possibly do bottom gank before this dragon spawns, which should come up shortly. Some more pings being issued out, and RG Nihilus and Cheesy Vampire, I'm experiencing a little bit of lag here, trying to figure out why in a second, but I'm being put down to a small amount of FPS. Hopefully it's not because I ran out of memory, but it's sped back up here. Okay, Zenrail is able to come up here. He's gonna try to go up, and they're gonna try to head him off. Warwick being able to get his ultimate off, and that is a kill for Warwick. He's on a killing spree now. He's 4-1-1. He has his Kindle Gem. He could possibly build that in a Spirit Visage. With Mercury Chads and Philo Stone with Heart of Gold, he is bringing a lot of income in. Taking a look at the gold, Warwick has 6.6k gold, about almost 1,000 more than anyone else on the other team. But another person that's keeping a hot pursuit is the person, his partner in crime, Kennen, who has is around 6,700 as well. They're both pretty high right now. You know, Zenrail just taking a little bit more of the CS while Team My Little Kony, they're gonna try to go over for the gank, but Mundo pops his ultimate, is not able to get through there. Here, let me put all vision right here real quick. I apologize for that. Let's see, we have High Cutie Pie just taking as much CS as possible. We might have a fight here, Dragon, as the vision ward is being placed out. We have 4 people getting ready in My Little Kony, and Team Rage knows exactly what's happening here. Everyone's just starting to flood down for this huge dragon fight, and it's definitely gonna happen. And we have a 5v5. And they know that Warwick's ultimate it just came back up. We could be seeing some really strong action here. Nihilus gets stunned. Kennen with the ult coming in almost takes him down, but RG Decade just able to pop the ultimate in time. With the ultimate got stopped by Pulverize for RG Nihilus. That was a good play. Victor coming across here, might be able to pick up the kill on Caitlyn. Gets the is able to flash out in there in time while Yamo is actually backed away. That is a 1 kill, 1-0 kill, and they could possibly pick up Dragon from this, from Team Rage Gaming. That is how you want to try to get yourself back into this game. That Alistair headbutt was so well timed too, especially because the second Warwick just started getting his infinite dress up. He just literally got the Pulverize right up. I think only got 1 attack off on him, and that's big. I mean, Alistair is a pretty strong counter pick for Warwick. Taking a look at the CS meters here, we do have Graves. He's 1-1-1 with 156 CS. In comparison to Caitlyn, who's 101 and only has 131. Graves has a lot of burst late game, and he could be going back right here and finishing at his Infinity Edge. Kennen picks up a Rabadon's Death Cap. That's something that you don't relatively see for a Kennen, is to pick up the Rabadon's Death Cap right and go away from the Zhonya's Hourglass, because most of the time most Kennens go Zhonya's Hourglass first, just so they can just stun and just be the basic stunner. But Kennen is here to provide it. He's here for the damage. Taking a look here, we do have Victor going back. Victor could be picking up the Rabadons as well. We're gonna take a look at his gold. He does pick up the needlessly large rod, so he's picking up 2 pieces of it. Graves does go back and picks up the Infinity Edge. And that could be really strong. That could spell trouble for Caitlyn in the lane, because Caitlyn only has 2 pieces of that Infinity Edge. Taking a look at the gold though. The gold, she only has 500 gold, so she still has probably about another 700 gold to go before she gets her Infinity Edge. While Graves, on the other hand, had a 700 gold advantage, so he's gonna get that out quicker. He's gonna be able to dominate the lane a lot more with that extra Infinity Edge, the extra Infinity Edge buff for making the Infinity Edge, especially with the critical strikes now dealing 250% damage. Oh, and without further ado, I missed the YAML getting low and is able to back off away from Poppy and Mundo gank. We did pick up a kill on Kennen from Victor. And bottom lane, we have some action happening here with Deadly Hobo Zenrail. RG Nihilus is going to have to flash out. And it looks like Cheese Vampire is going to go down. Or Nihilus is going to go... Actually, the ultimate's going to go off. And they get 2 kills out of it instead of just 1. High Cutie Pie does take Cheese Vampire and gets the double kill also on Nihilus. That was a really strong gank. Zenrail saying about lag, about how he wasn't able to stun that Graves and was forced to I think blow a flash or an exhaust somewhere around the lines. But looking at top lane, we have a 3.2k gold advantage for Team My Little Kony in comparison to Rage Gaming. That could spell trouble later, especially because I feel like as though My Little Kony could provide a little bit, especially for who's fed on the team compared to who's not fed on the team. I mean, we have 3.7k coming out of Nunu, but the person who's pretty close to the amount of gold is who's even close is like Udyr. Udyr's even with, sorry about that, I'm losing my train of thought here. Udyr is even with gold with Dr. Mundo, but Caitlyn and Graves just has such a strong advantage. They're gonna go over. They're gonna be able to get the stun on Kick the Money. The slow goes up by Nunu. Flash comes over, and they're actually gonna be able to pick up the kill. Zenrail picks up the kill, but Victor's ultimate still going on. He's gonna have to bear stance out to completely get out, and they're gonna have to completely back off of this because Mundo is right now close to unstoppable. Mundo with 3k HP, and he also has Merc Treads, Ruby Crystal, and Hearted Gold and Giant's Belt. This is exactly what you want to see in your tank. It's just something that's just absolutely unkillable. And they don't really have an answer for Mundo right now. Okay, we're looking down here. We have RG Decade initiating on the Banny Bear. The Pulverize does come up, and they pick up the kill on Banny Bear. They do go up 13-6. But they are gonna lose Mundo out of that. Mundo being the huge tank. RG Decade suicides in, does pick up the kill on Udyr, but dies trying. Cheese and Vampire being able to go in. This dive isn't gonna go well for RG Gaming. Caitlyn does pick up the kill on Graves, and it looks like Alistair's also gonna go down, and that is gonna be a 4v2 happening, and the only person that can stop this Baron is Victor. And that is a big extra swing for Team My Little Kony. That is a 5k gold advantage. Victor doing a little bit of poke here might actually be able to kill be able to kill Caitlyn. They go off a Baron. I don't think they can actually get that go. This is a 17-7 advantage team kill wise. With RG Nihilist being able to pick up the Shurelya's Revelry, which should help them with a lot more with initiating team fights. Because I noticed too is that their CC isn't, other than Alistair, isn't really great. Like, to be able to catch them, I mean, we have speed buffs from Nunu, we have a knockback from High Cutie Pie, we have speed boost from Banny Bear, we have speed boost from Yaml, and Udyr has a speed boost as well. It's going to be really hard for them to actually chase them. They have a bit of a Zerg comp going along here. Looking down here, looking at CS, we have Kennen with 212 CS and a Negatron Cloak, probably going to go for the Abyssal Scepter. Looking at the other team's magic resist, I don't really feel like as though they have that strong magic resist to go against that. But the Negatron Cloak should do well against Victor, who Victor is having a large amount of AP. He's at 310 right now, 25 minutes into the game. That is a lot of AP, and that means his death ray will be doing a lot of damage. Taking a look here, you can see how much it just did. Like, it almost took that. It might actually. Yep, he's actually able to pick up that blue without any contestation from My Little Kony. But that death ray is going to be able to do a lot of damage coming in, especially with the ratios and the added hex. Was that Hex Core? Yeah, it's the Hex Core. They're gonna, right now the teams are securing the blues right now. Yaml is securing the blue for Team My Little Kony. Udyr might come over and grab it. I don't really see Yaml being able to use it too well. And Kennen is their mid, so they don't really have to worry about mid needing that blue near as much. We do have Kick the Money, OEBR, Nihilist, and Decade. 4 team members getting ready to set up for Baron. We do have the team split up a little bit. We have Yaml and Zenrail stuck on the one side, and we have Deadly Hobo and Benny Bear and Caitlyn on the other side. This could be a bad engage for My Little Kony, and this could change the game right here. Benny Bear is gonna harass a little bit, and they're going back and forth here. Now they actually situate themselves in, so right now it's 5v5 pushing in. And it looks like RG Rage Gaming might try to back off from this, because it's going to be really hard to take them, especially with their gold advantage and the amount of ultimates that they have up, because they have all their ultimates up and ready to go. But so does the other team, so we'll find out. We got the Pulverize happening here with the Nunu ult. Nunu gets Pulverized back, but the full Kennen ult happens down. Udyr takes down Alistair. We have Poppy taking down Caitlyn, and we have Udyr taking down Victor, and Poppy taking down Nunu, and Poppy's pretty low. Warwick might try to come across the other side, but it's going to be really hard to catch Poppy. And that was a good escape by Poppy while Mundo is coming across the other side. That's a 2-2 kill right there. So no dragon for either team. Actually, no, that's my bad. I'm sorry. Dragon did indeed go to My Little Kony, and they are still up to a 5k gold advantage. Looking at here, Benny Bear picks up the Abyssal Scepter, still does not have the Zhonya's Hourglass yet. They haven't really been focusing on that much. Alistair's Pulverize is mainly used to stop Nunu's ultimate. Caitlyn 4-1-6 with the Infinity Edge and Zeal, keeping up in line with Graves, who has pretty much the exact same items, standing at 3-3, but with slightly more farm. Kennen though, with that Rabadons and Abyssal Scepter and Woda, that's gonna be pretty strong. Going in here, we have Yaml going over to take over some of the creeps. Going over the mid lane here, we have Kick the Money and OEBR just kind of motioning back and forth. The vision on both teams is pretty similar. They don't really have to worry about Warwick or Udyr coming across for Team My Little Kony, because they know where they could be coming from if they come nearby. Warwick and Udyr are showing up slowly. This could be shaping up to be the team play. This could change the game if it goes either way, because that'll be Baron for either team. This is gonna be a very interesting fight. Depends on who actually gets the best initiate off first. If Nihilist gets the good initiate off, they could take that. They could take it and get the kills off. And if they see themselves split, Team My Little Kony is splitting themselves just a little bit, while RG Decade is just kind of slowly just grabbing those wrists, being like, okay, you want to take your time doing that? I'm just gonna grab these wrists, get a little bit extra gold because I'm Poppy, and Poppy is one of the most dominant late game. Udyr's gonna go straight in here. They're all ready to situate to go in if they indeed try to initiate right there by that Wraith camp. They're just going back and forth, just kind of stalling. They might try to go. Warwick might be trying to go to the side to try to pick up a flash ultimate maybe on Poppy, or maybe even on Victor or Graves, because neither of them have anything to get out of it right now. You know, Graves went heal and did not go cleanse, so actually you can't actually cleanse out of suppress. That's my mistake there. Looking here, we have we just have Caitlyn actually just pushing top lane while all this is happening, and I believe RG Gaming knows this, and they're pushing pretty far in. Not RG Gaming, RG knows this, and they're pushing in pretty far because they know Caitlyn can't get to the fight right away, but they know they also can't dive it because Kennen and Nunu ult will be very detrimental to them trying to get any kills. And plus, all three of them are rather tanky, with the exception of Kennen, who's sitting right now at 1,900 gold, but does have almost 500 AP at 30 minutes into the game. This is ridiculous. Also, you know, Kennen is a little bit high. You know, picked up the blue mushroom to gain himself a little bit more AP and CDR. And the stun goes on Graves, and he does take a good amount of damage. Nidalee wastes his pulverize, doesn't hit anything, kind of comes up with air. As you know, as all this is happening here, Warwick is just pushing, you know, making sure all the lanes naturally push while the back and forth mid lane is happening. Not a lot of action, just a little bit back and forth. Hopefully, you know, they can. One of the teams might be able to get the good initiation on. For example, with Kennen flash. Oh, they do get the good initiate on. Mundo is forced to blast his ult, and RG Nidalee is forced to blast his Cerelia's Reverie. And they do have, oh, and the speed from Warwick. Oh my god, 526 move speed and the flash to secure Graves. And they might be able to pick up Baron off of this because they're down 80, a fed 80 carry. Graves trying to stack the, goes close with agility to try to stack a little bit there. They're going to try to harass this as much as possible. Nunu with the ultimate. Oh, and Kony goes in with the ultimate right as it spawns, but he's going to get stopped by, oh, and he's able to escape with just 74 HP. That is good play by Kennen, and he was actually a stun, and they picked up RG Nidalee, and they're actually going to pick up, they're going to pick up Dr. Mundo. Ult's going to go off on Victor, and they're going to try to push this and probably catapult to win the rest of this game with this 9k gold advantage. The infinite duress goes off too on it, and he does pick it up. Yeah, Warwick is 10-1 and legendary, and purple team agrees to surrender. So that is game for team My Little Kony. My Little Kony will move on to the next round of Go4Lol number 56. Thank you for watching. Make sure you add me on www.youtube.com/Attackfang, and also add me on Own3D. I also have an account there. And if you want to chat with me, I have an IRC. That's #Attackfang on quakenet.webchat.org. Thank you very much, and I'm going to peace out.